We have game 5, FlyQuest versus TL here in the upper bracket. You just watched TL with tactical hard carry with Callista. And here Ignar hitting the hook. Gonna save the Flay. Now he uses it on Core JJ, who's also got Ignite burning on him. And that's gonna be a positive trade for this bot lane. Ignar being able to land the Thresh. They picked Thresh in the first rotation just to make sure to get Ignar on a comfortable champion. Core JJ, though, got the last pick Bard. FlyQuest wanted to go ahead and prioritize this Graves. They first picked him. And here you see Santorum inside the jungle. Going to make Broxa have to go back to base. He's going to work on this first scuttle. Let's see what he decides to do, whether to go back inside his jungle or whether to go right across and take that second scuttle. Power of Evil, he was Orianna in game 4. He got it banned. So he's going ahead and picking up Syndra. The casters, the analysts, did not like it because there was already 2 tanks picked on the side of TL. This time around, Broxa, instead of making a playmaker, he goes ahead and it's got the volley. And he picked volley when Impact had already picked his Ornn on first rotation. So this is how they wanted their final team setup, with Core JJ on a playmaker. That he was Braum last game. Analysts were asking for him to play something a little more aggressive, and he has. But now we're seeing possible first kill in top lane. Santorum has the red buff, but the smoke screen is not going to be enough. Seeing Solo push in the wave. CS is fairly even, but Impact is going to take a lead with that wave being pushed to tower. Broxa taking away that camp. Wants to stay relatively even with Graves. Went ahead and scanned the dragon with that scrying orb. Looks like he's going to go start it. And he has. TL has priority on bot lane and mid lane. So here at 5 minutes, they're timing this quite well for Volibear. Being able to get his first back, come back into the game, steal away a camp, scan the dragon. They saw there's no wards, and just goes ahead and be able to get that while mid and bottom are both pushed in. So TL so far in the early game, despite it not showing up too much in the gold side, still very, very even. No kills yet, no towers, no plates. But first Mountain Dragon over the TL. We're going to see how the Graves Santorum with that first pick. He's having a really, really strong series. I've been watching this series on and off the first couple of games, but watched all of game 4, all of game 3. And both of these teams are going to be proud representatives of North America. You can see both of them have glimmers that they could get an upset on a bigger region. But for FlyQuest, this series, definitely the top. It's hard to say. They're having so many good play. Ignar is having a really good series. Power of Evil's having a strong series. And then Santorum and Solo are also having the occasional game. Wild Turtle not, kind of just in the background, doing what he's got to do. But really the other 4 members, highlights in some of these 4 other games. On TL's side, bot lane's doing quite well. Tactical and Core JJ, as well as Jensen, are really, really strong. Impact has been playing tanks, and he's been playing them really well. So well that they wanted to go ahead and pick up this Ornn in the first rotation. just like they did with Azir, getting both their solo laners out before the second round of bans start happening, just to get on some comfort, not worrying so much about the counter picks. Counter picks don't appear to be too strong. Early game here so far for TL. You go around the map and you're looking at how are these teams going to play out. Seeing the more standard composition of TL, having the top tank, the jungle tank, going to be able to frontline for the damage of Azir and Ashe. The FlyQuest is going to have a little more utility. They're going to have the Mordekaiser being able to put opponents and junglers into the death realm. You're going to have the burst potential of Syndra. Thresh being able to play make. And so far it's just Tactical and Core JJ pushing waves into Wild Turtle and Ignar. Wild Turtle with a very respectable 10 CS lead. We're going to see if that's going to turn into an item just a little bit quicker. Whether that makes a difference in one of the future team fights. Solo trying to get some damage on, but Impact already has so many defensive tools with the Catalyst and the Megatron Cloak. Well, it's a Ruby Crystal, but Santorin's going to be getting the damage onto Jensen. Power of Evil starting that off. Jensen is trying to pot up. Wants to stay around. TL in game 4 were very proactive with their Rift Herald plays, getting at the 9-minute mark, and I believe around the 14-minute mark for the second one. They were able to secure both of them. But here, Ignar being able to land the stun. You're going to see the ult channeling here from Jhin. Wild Turtle being able to pick up the first blood. And you're having the team fight won by FlyQuest. And that includes the Rift Herald. Not only that, but Solo now is winning the fight here on top. He had just lost a skirmish here on top. But he was able to get just enough damage onto Impact to be able to get this wave pushing towards the top. Might even take a turret plate or two. And that was all gravy after the team fight win from FlyQuest. And here you're going to see the start from Ignar. Going to be able to burst out the tank of Broxa. And there are the excellent graphics from the Riot production team. Thank you, gentlemen. And you're seeing FlyQuest shooting right back at the hip. Few thousand gold swing there. And a Rift Herald to boot. Most obvious place to put this would be in top lane. Already 2 turret plates down. If you rotate your mid laner as well as the jungler up to that top lane, there's nothing the Ornn can do. Guaranteed first turret. Santorin does have the Rift Herald. That's on the top side. So you already know a good portion of the team is on the bot side. So if Santorin wanted, he could have went top right there and went for that quick first turret, but he's deciding to do another camp. He's going to do Wolves. He's going to continue to want to have his farm lead. He's going to swing down to the bot side of the map. Going to get that last camp. And let's see if he decides to gank bot lane or if he's going to go and use the quick back from the Rift and head back to base. Alright, so bot is the play. Did clear that ward. No pings going out, but he's going to be seen now on bot side. TL does know Graves is on bot side. And they're not too worried. There's no dragon. You're going to see the jungler Broxa on TL going to start to shift towards his bot side. Looking to counter gank if Santorin's going to get feisty. But doesn't look like it's going to happen. And he's still got Rift Herald. He still has him bot. But he's going to run back up to the top side of the map. He's going to have the blue buff here. Let's see if he hands that over to Power of Evil or whether he's just going to head right up into the river. And wow, what a trip we got to see from Graves on Santorin. Up and down he goes. Where he uses this Rift Herald. Does Ravi know? Oh, Ravi knew. It just took a little while. He just wanted to do some other things. Wanted to wait until right before the 14. He had time. Didn't need to rush it. And they're not going to take out the first tower just yet, but even with minions crashing into it after a few waves, could be enough to be able to knock it out. But not before 14 minutes. First tower gold still up on the map. FlyQuest up 2,000. Down 2 dragons as well. Infernal Soul. That's what's been chosen. 2 minutes now. Dragon number 3. We're going to see the next team fight. Probably over this dragon. Minute 40. Both teams are going to start to move down to the bot side of the map. Start warding it up. You already have lots of blue wards all around. FlyQuest got the early advantage. And they really put themselves in a bind having dropped these first 2 dragons pretty early. They're gonna put a lot of pressure towards getting this third one. You do have solo with teleport here in the top. Impact has it as well, so they're both level 11, both have teleport. This is a very prolonged dragon setup from FlyQuest. Just been around this area for a whole minute now. And TL knows exactly what's going on. Core JJ just taking a peek, seeing what he can see. They know they have this pass to the river. It's been scanned. So impact on Ornn has gone back to the base. Look for him to start channeling a TP. There he goes. He's going to be in mid lane. Mordekaiser not having to use his TP. Instead, he's just going to walk back from base, coming from mid. And very shortly, we're going to have all 5 members descending upon this river. You're having Santorin going to be starting it. Solo's up, just going to catch that Bard ultimate. Broxa is going to get bursted out, already half health down, but so is Ignar. Going to have the Jhin ult, be able to snag that kill onto Impact. He's the first one down. TL already realizing that's the end of the fight. They're going to go ahead and start pushing mid lane, giving up this dragon, realizing they already lost one. Don't want to lose anymore. Game still very much in both of these teams' hands. Dead even game. Game 5. Winner goes on to play for the finals. Play for the number 1 seed of North America. The loser goes down towards TSM and plays in the losers bracket, the lower bracket as you would call it. I still the losers bracket. They're synonyms. But this time FlyQuest has the Rift Heralds. And in the last few games, those who control the Rift Heralds tend to control the game. They have the gold leads. FlyQuest now 3,500 with a Rift Herald. You could see that by the 20-minute mark. They could be at a very reasonable 5,000 gold up, which at 20 minutes, you have to put them at a good 70-80% chance of winning this game. Even with the Dragons the way they are, a 5,000 gold lead with a successful Rift Herald, they would take that in a heartbeat against any team. FlyQuest does have some scaling tools. They do have the Orin once again. They do have the Azir. They have a very easy ways of engaging on this fight is TL. They have the Orin ultimate. They have the Ashe ult. Both long range engages. They cannot both be cleansed one at a time. They cannot both be Quicksilver slashed. And the arrow hits his own teammate there. Well, no friendly fire. But that was a direct hit. Aiming for Core JJ. Tactical did go the Essence Reaver, so that you're going to see a lot of Enchanted Crystal arrows go out because you got the early cooldown reduction. The Essence Reaver Rush was popularized in Korea. I believe it was Deft or Bang, or it was one of the main Korean AD carries. I believe he played for SKT, and he would go ahead and rush the Essence Reaver. And it was not standard, and he just wanted to be able to shoot out Ashe arrows as much as possible. That's the main tool of the character. You go ahead and use that. Set it up with your team. Fire them out there every 45 seconds or so. Boom, 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 boom. Once you get to later game. Well, they won world championships, so can't argue with winning. I think most people be very, very happy with how Tactical is playing. Both of these teams are going to Worlds, and the question around TL was really the two main questions. Was one, how is Tactical going to perform in his rookie season against better and better competition, against in higher and higher pressure situations, and two, whether Broxa is going to be able to gel more than he was able to in spring season. Remember, he was not able to get in to the team until later in spring, so that's understandable, and he's shown like he's done a lot better in the regular season, but can this transform into playoff wins and wins at World? Well, the answer to one of those is, well, we sure hope. With Tactical, sure hope he can just play safe with at least some of those 80 carries. You're having the Rift Herald still up. Santorin really likes holding them. Likes waiting to make sure to use it in the right spot, and it looks like mid would have to be the right spot. Santorin, I tell you, he likes using those Rift Heralds where I think he should use them. They're just a little bit later, that's all. But there, showing you don't need a Rift Herald to take that turret down. They're able to burst that out extremely quick, and they're going to save that Herald. Use it on the bot lane, but it's going to be better than the mid lane. Now that's going to be a 2-turret swing, and they have pressure and tempo to be able to hit this next dragon. But here, Ignar is going to be able to land the hook in, but the counter engage is going to be done by Impact. Double knockup. Ignar is going to be going golden. TP is coming in. Going to have it on the back end. Mordekaiser is going to be taking, it looks like, Broxa into the Death Realm. And Broxa is going to be able to get away and not lose too much damage to him. But there in the back line, Ignar, once again, is going to go ahead and use then the ult right between the teams, going to separate them. It flashed right over. It's a 4-on-4. Core JJ is down for TL. But all 5 members of FlyQuest still up. Ignar is still up. He's just got a single bar of health left. Going to go ahead and help Santorin out with a lantern. Still looking to make plays with a single bar of health. If he hit that hook, he was going in and bringing in his jungler with it, but going to go ahead and place a little more safely, head back to base. And Wild Turtle now, 2 kills, 1 assist. got his 2 items. He's got money in the bank. TL is going to be for their 3rd dragon. They're going to have their 5th member, Core JJ, join the team. Let this dragon reset just a little bit. Big damage on the Tactical. He got bursted right out of this fight. He's going to be in the back. But Dragon still doing damage. Going to be hitting Ignar. Now back onto Santorin. Power of Evil quite weak on the backside. But so is Tactical, who's just trying to stay in the middle of his team. Trying not to take any more damage as he can't afford to take any. Just a couple of bars of health, and Ignar is going to be right in the middle. He's going to land the hook, land the flay. Brox is going to be diving into the back line. Big Graves double kill. He's going to go down, though. Health bars are in the favor of FlyQuest as they're trying to clean up on this fight. TL has more members, but FlyQuest are the ones that are pressing. There they go, 4 on Core JJ. And even though the possible split MVP can't outplay that one. And FlyQuest now taking a commanding lead despite losing that dragon. No, they got the dragon and they got the team fight. They've got the last 2 Infernal Dragons. TL did get the first 2. And here, Tactical has to stay in the backside. But Solo being able to get damage and the Death Realm. Re-engage from impact. Just trying to buy some time. Get his team out of there. He knows he's done for. And Tactical's on the wrong side of the map. Not able to get away from that. FlyQuest looking to have a chance to win their first North American split. And what a change up for the new expansion teams to actually be able to win the NALCS. It will not be TSM. It will not be C9. It will not be TL. If FlyQuest can finish off this game and then go on to beat whoever's waiting for TSM. TL is flanking with impact, looking to see if they can get a good engage with the ult. Solo's going to go ahead and shadow him up on the side. He can start trading too. He's got the level. Impacts really just wants to be around for his team for the engage. He lets that one go. And TL is just going to go ahead and retreat. There's nothing really to fight for around here. FlyQuest almost 7,000 gold up. Pressing, looking for the team fight. They got the Ornn ult out, but they're not going to go too deep into the base. And like they did in Game 3, a nice, careful finish. Only a single kill for this TL org. 26 minutes of play. And it's on Jensen. Been held muted by this FlyQuest squad. It's not giving them a lot to chew with. Not giving them a lot of pieces to solve their puzzle. Some of the analysts were not sure about the Syndra pick, but she's shown to be useful. Not getting any kills, but not dying either. 5 assists, still got the mid lane turret up. Going ahead with that Spellbinder as a second item. Another needlessly large rod up there, Probably building toward a death cap as a third item. Seen a lot more spellbinders in this series than you would generally only see that item ever on Vladimir. But you're seeing it a lot more in this series. Seen it on Oriana, now on Syndra. Dragon coming up. Third dragon. It's not the most important dragon. Both teams, they do not need to risk stepping out and losing a team fight. Both of them need to make sure that when they fight, it's on their terms. And FlyQuest is just going to step out into the pit, realize that TL's not contesting, and they're just going to take away that. Now, if you're solo on the bot lane up against Impact, being able to damage out Impact here, bully him out of the bot lane, do a lot for your team with this Baron up. He's going to get this bot lane pushing. He's going to decide to back. Let's see where Mordekaiser ends up going. He does have teleport. He's going to run towards mid. Okay, so they are going to start moving towards the TL jungle and right down towards mid lane. Seen a lot of vision there from TL, lots of red vision, but this is why you're having Mordekaiser coming to join his team. There they are, going to clear it. They feel safe doing this because Mordekaiser is close. TL is playing very careful not to overstep. Poor JJ clearing what he can. There with the mid lane push once again. FlyQuest going into the jungle. Going to set up some vision of their own. They could look for a fight here. They are 5. If you look for the Ignar hook, that's what they're going to set it up with. And they're going to take what they can get. TL is just going to give up their jungle. Give up the bushes. FlyQuest in full control, but they're not pulling the trigger. They're moving forward, but they're not overstepping. That control ward right behind the dragon pit, the Baron pit. Very, very key. And they're the second one for good measure. This whole backside of the Baron pit on TL side is all dark. This is game 5. Whoever wins this is moving on to the finals. And for FlyQuest, it could be their first shot. They even benched Wild Turtle for part of the season. That's right, they benched a player, and here they are in the semifinals. They're going to go ahead and start this solo, going ahead and being aggressive, getting right into the back line, going ahead and putting Broxa into the death realm, and even the Bard ult is not going to be able to delay the Baron for long enough. Santorin being able to pick that up. FlyQuest got everything they wanted. Great play there from Solo, flashing behind the pit, locking up Broxa, who does not have a Quicksilver Sash. There, they're flipping to the items. And in this Baron fight, the most important time of the game, he gets completely taken out. Solo was able to use this in past series to great extent. So there's still lots of outside towers. Still got a top, still got a mid for FlyQuest to push. They don't really need the gold though, that's the thing. They're more looking to be able to push to win the game. And there, being able to lock up the Ashe. Tactical taken out of the fight. The Redemption is going to heal up Ignar and Wild Turtle, and you're going to have Solo in the back knocking out Impact like he's been doing continually. And that's 2 members gone for TL. This is FlyQuest looking to be able to push. They have a chance at being able to take more than a single inhibitor here. Let's see how they set this up. With that big wave in the top, they could look to be able to take out these 2 middle objectives and then swing up to the top and pick up that second inhibitor with the minions needed to be able to push the base. This could be their wave to finish the game. You also have Ocean Soul up in 15 seconds, and they are going to not press it. They had a chance to win the game there. Members are still down as we speak, but they're going to go ahead, swing back down towards the bot, get over towards the Dragon Soul, get these waves pushed up as much as possible. They've got a ton of gold. Some players probably getting full build, it looks by the looks of it. Just another item and a half for some of them. And look to see the reset. So Solo thinking about the reset, but decided not to, realizing they still have a little bit of Baron left. They're going to press for the last remaining seconds. Once again, really good decision making from FlyQuest. As a team, deciding to stay, realizing that they are stronger. That despite that they're sitting on 3,000 gold each, they don't actually need it. And here the TL is going in with the last defense. Solo's deep in the back line into the Death Realm, as he's got Brox, as he's so often doing. And there, going down first, Jensen, his first death of the game. Santorin is really, really weak. He's going to have to back off, but the minion waves are pushing in. TL needs to get back to base to be able to get health, but they don't have much of a base left. Tactical, weak here on the box side, and all 5 of FlyQuest are still up. They're going to be looking to push the rest of these minions. They're going to be looking to get into the finals. They're going to be looking to take out the #1 team in North America in the summer, in the season, with the best record, TL. And no, they are not going to win this best of 5. 4 Infernal Dragons with Soul, with Baron. And there you have it. FlyQuest soaring their way to victory in this thrilling best of 5 series. Just had to cast this game 5, and I'm so glad I did, because here we have it. Our surprise team. Everyone was picking against them. Just like TSM, a lot of people were picking against TSM, but no. TSM ends up winning. FlyQuest ends up winning. And if they end up facing each other in the finals, that's a finals I'm going to be watching. I'm very excited for. This team looked great. I'm really excited to see how they do. Can they go to Worlds for the first time and perform? Our questions will be answered, and we'll be watching.